And we are live. My hair is not behaving today. Tried little new things here and there. I don't know. I'm not feeling this hair. So I'm not feeling. But anyway, we are live. We're talking about love and marriage, Huntsville. It is your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African queen. You're here for the first time and you haven't subscribed to my channel. Please go ahead and do that. This is gonna be a real quick one. I'm not gonna be here for long. It's Sunday night. I'm getting ready for my wonderful week ahead. I hope that y'all gonna have a wonderful week ahead as well. Let's talk about love and marriage, Huntsville, the Black Expo. I think it was successful. I think it was. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it is your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African queen. Let's talk about don't come to me about $100 on the day off. Don't come to me about $100 on the day off. Now I cannot talk like Stormy, but I think she took it a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me with this $100. Exactly, Erica. She is here, my girl. Exactly, Erica. Hi.
Hey, hey, how are
What's going on
you?
with you?
Oh, nothing much.
How
Nothing
is
much.
mom?
Happy Sunday.
Happy
Actually, I'm
Sunday.
gonna go. I ended up changing it, so I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
'Cause she's
Well, did you
yeah.
get a chance to watch Love and Marriage, Huntsville?
I did. I think I'm
What do you think
totally
about,
caught up.
don't come to me about $100 on the day off?
Um, I thought I was agreeing with Stormy. I thought Stormy
Hmm.
was right because here's my thing. Everybody tried to make it seem like Melody was, not being supportive. They kind of, everybody was kind of giving Melody the side eye. But to think that you're going to have me speak at your event, not pay me to speak, and then I'm going to pay you, like, I don't even know where he thinks they would do that at. Like, if she wasn't speaking, maybe, but it's like, dude,
I think she did not have a problem with the paying the money. If they would have told her the day prior to all this, I think that her issue wasn't like, I'm not gonna pay
but
because I'm here.
realistically though, I think it was both. Like, he could have told her earlier, but honestly, the truth is you're not paying me to speak. The same way Melody was like, well, who's your sponsors and
Right.
all this other stuff. They all act
Mhm.
like Melody was wrong to expect to get paid. And now everybody was like, okay, I don't expect to get paid, but not only am I not getting paid, but now you want me to pay you. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And
Right.
especially if she's speaking. If I'm a speaker, to me, I feel like as a speaker, that's why she probably didn't expect to have to pay him.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you're
Hmm.
just a vendor there and you want to pay your
Right.
$100, but you have me actually working at your event and performing or whatever,
Hmm.
and I'm bringing my brand here to talk, and I'm doing it on the love, but now you still are coming at me asking me for money. So that's probably why she was like, oh, okay, you
I
know.
think it was also a combination of many things. She was also going through so much, with her business and this huge shipment that they were supposed to be going, shipping out. I think she had a whole lot on her plate. All right. I also think if Melody could have said yes to this invite, some would not have been there. Do you agree with that? If Melody said yes to speaking on this event, I don't think they would have extended that invitation to Stormy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, oh, you're saying, yeah, like
Mhm.
Stormy was a backup. Yeah, for sure. I don't
Yeah,
think because
absolutely.
Stormy wasn't a
Mhm,
part of the original
mhm.
six or whatever. So she was there because they needed somebody.
And that's what I did not
But
understand. And that's exactly what I did not understand Tiffany's beef. That I want to be invited, I want to be part of this was a comeback, kind of an extension of a comeback. So you are not part of the comeback group.
or
And
not
we're gonna
even
get
just
to
that.
that
I'm
because I
like,
get
Tiffany, I thought you were bedridden. Like, why would they invite you to speak and you should be in the bed? Like, why would that
you
make it make
already told
sense?
them your blood pressure is high or is low. You are not supposed to be, and then you want to be now invited to speak. I mean,
Right. The last event we saw you at, you almost went into labor. So why would I ask you to speak in
yeah,
my event? Like, that is it,
okay. And not
But I
even
think
that, even
Tiffany
when they
just
were,
wants to be in the middle of everything. So I was
oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
and even when they were in the same place, the the place that they were, they FaceTimed her when they were talking to her, and that's when she said, "Oh Jesus." That's when she said that she had she's on bed rest, her blood pressure is low, and all that and that. Of course, you're not gonna then tell her, please come have a speaking engagement and all that and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm like, girl, go have your baby and then come back next season.
So not come back the next season.
Because
um
no, because she uses pregnancy as an excuse for everything. Like she gonna talk crazy, and then when you have something bad, then when you come at her, she's like, "Oh my god, I'm pregnant," and then next thing you know, she'll say something else crazy, and then all of a sudden now she falling out. Like, girl, okay, go have this baby. You stretching it out. This is the longest 9 months ever.
I know, right? What is your take on Melody showing up, saying, "I'm gonna just go with her"? That when she speaks in that kind of a tone, I say there's a whole lot of bullshit. When she said, "I'm just gonna go congratulate everybody," it's a whole lot of fakeness when it comes to. Were you surprised to see her at the Black Expo?
I was
I
not
wasn't expecting to see
surprised.
her.
I thought it was nice of her to kind of do. I mean, I think as much as we want to say, you know, Melody is like that person you love to hate. Like to me,
Hmm.
wherever she comes, she brings exposure. So
Hmm.
if she
Hmm.
decided to show up, even if she's not going to speak or whatever, more people are going to be coming, more people are going to be interested. It's going to, it's going to be more cameras flashing. So it's
Hmm.
only going to help the event. So I
Absolutely.
think it was cool of her to just kind of stop by and at least show support. I mean, is she fake? Yeah, but it was nice of her to do regardless. So I did think it was cool of her. I think it was interesting how shook it had Martell though. Like that's interesting. I mean, first of all, we all know his speaking is hot garbage. So I don't know really what they expected him to say on the mic anyway. And but I felt like he was even more nervous because she was there. So that was kind of funny to see.
I don't even think he said anything. He just went to questions, asking people for questions, walking around with the mic. I don't remember him saying anything.
No, nothing of substance. But then honestly, neither Marceau seemed confused too. So I was like, y'all need to work on these speeches before you get on stage anyway. I'm like, and it's like, and you want people to pay for this? Oh,
And Tiffany Shade and Marceau, like they're talking about venture capitalism. I know Marceau is confused. Marceau is like on our confessional. So that was good shade from Tiffany though. That was
it
good
was
shade.
good shade, and he deserved it because I was like, dude, you need to pass that mic because you are making no sense and you don't even understand the question. So keep it moving. And that's the thing with Marceau. Like some things about him are cool, and then
Hmm.
some things are just sort of like obnoxious. Like
Hmm.
he thinks he knows far
Everything.
more than he actually does.
Hmm. 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 What do you think about? Oh no, 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 no. How about Kimi? No, 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 no. Before you get to Kimi, Marceau, not Marceau. Martel is supposed to be. He has this wine thing. Why couldn't he bring it to the Black Expo? This thing of saying, "Oh, I don't want to be selfish." It's bullshit.
I don't know. It was kind of weird. I thought Maurice had a good point. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Melody is the brains behind the business,
Hmm.
and maybe so
Hmm.
because it seems like his moves business wise just don't really make sense. So I
Hmm.
don't know why he was, unless to me, I feel like he's afraid of failure. So maybe his bottles weren't right, maybe something wasn't right with the wine. He's afraid to kind of talk in public. I mean, he can't pass his exams. I feel like he has his own sort of insecurities going on.
Well, he does, and I felt sorry for him. I mean, he looked so confused. He looks, like nervous and restless. And then he was like a little boy, like peeping over. Oh my gosh, Melody is there! I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go.
I know he was like totally afraid of being embarrassed in front of her, which is, and it's like you said, it's kind of sad because the more he fails by himself
Mhm.
and she has more successes, then
Mhm.
it makes people question, okay, she was the one behind all the business in the relationship, not
Right.
him. He was kind of like, the sexy face to it,
The
but she
sexy
was the
face, right?
brains. That's
I,
how
that,
they.
that's one thing you cannot take. I mean, you can't take away from him. He might, not be able to speak in public. He might not have, know how exactly how to run the business, because maybe this is where Melody was coming in. But he's a good looking dude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's like her.
He should-
Now we realize we thought they were a team, and he was just a trophy husband, basically.
Yes, Donadi, that's what we are saying. He was so afraid to speak at the panel while Melody was there. Yeah, he has experienced such despicable behavior. No, we are not. I just feel bad that, but maybe he should stick to his lane. Maybe he should that model, do the magazines and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, but what about Kimi coming from radiation? I mean, this girl, she's coming from radiation to come and just show up and support.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I mean, I like Kimmy a lot. She has a very strong character, and she's really doing a lot with showing what she's going through with cancer.
Hmm.
So I like Kimmy, and I think she always wants to appear like she has it all together. So
Hmm.
she pushes herself, I think, extra
Hmm.
hard to keep that strong image. And maybe that's what you need to keep yourself going. Who knows?
I agree. And she went viral. Her and the husband. No, the husband went viral when was interviewed by Carlos King, talking about he has to have sex even when the wife is going through chemotherapy, and people got confused. Oh, Goody is here. Hey there, Goody Goody.
Hey, hey. Hey,
Hey,
Kitty.
What's going on with you? Are you still busy?
I'm still busy, but my puppy was acting crazy. Turns out he needed a really long walk.
Oh.
He's a poodle. They have all this energy, but it's been
Mm.
raining.
Oh, it's raining? Yeah, it was raining here a little bit, but that's it. Yeah, put my cheese over there.
Okay,
Talk
where
to
we
us.
at with it?
We were talking about Kimi coming to invite from radiation.
Absolutely not. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand why they couldn't plan around her. If they needed her to be there, they could have planned on taking her radiation into consideration. That is a lot to,
Hmm.
and for her to put on a good face, it's to me disgusting and just another
So
one of those. Feeds that stereotype of the
definitely.
strong black woman, and we tired. We tired. I don't want to be a strong black woman. We tired. I want to be powerful. So she should have had the power to be like, if y'all can't do this on a day that I'm not having radiation, I'm not going to be able to do it, and y'all
Hmm.
gonna have to understand. I
Hmm.
may be able to sit in the audience with our melody. Maybe.
And I think that's what Erica was saying when she said that she likes presenting herself like she's all put together, and and I mean radiation. I mean, you're coming from radiation, and she looked amazing. She did not look like somebody who just came from radiation.
She looked
Yeah,
very
and that's my thing. I don't think some of it kind of even in this discussion with Maurice, I think some of it is Kimmy trying to prove something to people where it's like, no, you need to take the time to just take care of yourself. And because to me, I feel like she wants to prove she don't want Maurice looking at nobody else, so she gonna keep having sex. She gonna, she's I'm every woman, and I think some of that is coming from her.
So are you agreeing with Monique? So Monique is saying Kimi is such a pick me. She has no voice. I feel like she has a voice though. I think Kimi has a voice. She
she's
had to be
losing
there
her
because Maurice,
voice.
you're pouring
She's
stuff, huh?
she's losing her voice.
You think so?
She's losing her voice.
I want a fork.
She's starting to become like Anthony's wife. Anthony from Detroit. And
Oh my gosh, how?
mhm.
I think Kimmy wants to appear a certain way, and she's going hard to do that instead of just being true to who she is. Like, to me, it's like, yeah, if you just came back from radiation, what are you selling where you have to be at this Black Expo thing that's not quite the comeback group? Did you pay your $100? Like, so many different things. So
And then
it's
even though, don't call it a comeback. Nah,
right, exactly. The don't call it a comeback.
Well,
no.
they had put there this a comeback initiative.
Yeah, that's true. I
Her
mean,
voice was on deaf ears. Oh.
They would have had to come back to me with a different date or a different time.
right.
Hmm.
I mean, she should have just taken her butt home. And especially like Donna D said, if she's in the back anyway, she got a bad booth. Like, girl, just go home and relax.
So you think it's not, it's not being selfless for her to show up? You think that she should have at least, taken
Nobody
care of
needs
her?
to be that selfless.
I don't
There's
think it's
no,
about being selfless. I think a lot of times people do things because they want, because of the appearance of it. I don't think that, I mean, she's a very kind and strong woman, but I think she's more worried. Like, I don't think she's having sex with Maurice when she don't feel like it because she's selfless. I think she's doing it because she's insecure in her marriage.
Mm.
And she
So,
feels like if this if this chemo, if this radiation, if this whatever goes on too long, he gonna stray. So I'm gonna make sure he don't. That's why she's doing it.
when
I don't
she
think she's
first
doing
found
it.
out she had the cancer, she was like, "Oh, and instead of worrying about her, she was like, I know this
scoring
is
up.
going to be rough for you."
Yes, yes. She was like, I know what this is gonna go. I know how this is gonna affect you. I'm like, Jesus,
Statistically
what?
speaking, a very large percentage of men leave their wives upon them getting sick, to the point whereby when you're going to get you and you get your cancer diagnosis, that's one of the things that the doctors prep you for. So can you even imagine?
Hmm. Well, if you're gonna leave me when after a diagnosis, you better leave me. I mean, I would. I'm not gonna do things to keep you when I'm sick, when I'm going through this. I'm not doing that. What is it? Is it? No, ice cream truck. So yeah. What about the Stormy came into? We're gonna talk about Stormy in a minute. But what do you think about when Carlos King interviewed Maurice and we went viral about him and
It
said
was absolutely disgusting. Carlos needs to do better
why? Hey, chicken,
because
you
there's
good?
absolutely no way that he should have sat there. Like, this is where there's a thin line between being the friend of the people on your show, a
Mhm.
producer, and a YouTuber. You start blurring the lines. There's no way that, as somebody who wants their show to do well, especially with all of the kickback they're getting with the video allegations and all that, there's no
Mhm.
way that he should have thought this was a good idea to not edit that out or not say, "Yo, we
Mm.
got to do this over." But as
Mm.
a YouTuber, he wants the
He
clicks.
wants to the clicks. Yes.
As
Yes.
a YouTuber, he wants to go viral.
Right.
But I think that
Mm.
just brings more eyes on the show. Like, I mean, how long have we talking about coleslaw and her baby? Like, how many seasons? So I
It,
think that's just typical messy Carlos. I
I,
think, I don't know, Maurice and Kimmy, like, y'all grown, y'all should do a bit better.
this is the thing about more
Um.
eyes on the show.
Mhm.
It's not good eyes, and the ratings are still going in the reverse direction. Um, People are triggered.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
disgusting.
Mhm. No,
Like
people.
I
Yeah, people
said,
are. Mhm.
when you know that there's a large percentage, when you know that in conjunction with your cancer diagnosis, they are telling you your spouse is going to leave you, not men, women, right? So you're being told this. All of the people who were watching because they were so happy that Kimmy was sharing her cancer story,
Mhm. Mhm.
that's triggering to them because I'm going to say a large percentage of them lost their spouse if they had them, if they had a spouse.
Mm. Then Checking Yubu then has a question for you. She's asking why disrespect. Checking Yubu's ask a question. If it can come on my screen, why disrespect Ariane when her mom or parents did not name her Coleslaw? What
Because
is
she doesn't
people
want people to use her likeness.
who?
What if people renamed the attackers?
No,
Okay, so checking you, boo. If you all came up with a good name for Sexy Martell, I'll use it. Absolutely. And if you come up with a name for Melody, I will use it as well. I was not disrespecting her by using coleslaw. I mean, if we want to really keep it 100, I think she disrespected herself in kind of a whole line of scenarios,
and
honestly.
continues to do so.
And and I don't follow her on social media. I only kept her clips and reviews of them, but so that's the thing too. So I
I get
haven't,
I
and
believe
honestly,
it's better
and
than using her name.
and then a lot of people are vegetarian. Coleslaw isn't bad all the time. For some people, coleslaw is a whole meal. I'm here to stand up for some coleslaw. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Certain
but
people don't even eat meat, so they okay with coleslaw and cornbread.
seriously, the whole idea of the coleslaw was because nobody wanted to use her name.
It
She's
is
the
an
one who
attack if you call her Coleslaw. If people find humor in the name calling, remember everybody reacts, reacts, or reacts what they or reaps what they saw. There is no excuse for name calling. No one is perfect. I don't call her any names. I just call her Ariane by her name. I don't even understand
I
where
actually
this came
don't
from.
even I don't even reference her.
I don't
If,
even know.
if she's that much of a non-factor, um, except for when it's unavoidable because she wants the attention. It's like Carlos King. It gets eyes.
Um, but I still feel instead of them keeping on talking about Ariane, they should bring her to the show. They should give her this platform because you're not gonna keep
Nobody's
talking.
talking. Who's talking about her? Nobody.
They're cheating. Everybody keeps talking about her.
I
Nobody's
mean, I agree in that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna stop calling her coleslaw. I'm sorry, you guys. And if you come up with a crazy name for me, feel free. That's fine. But I will say this though, I do agree with Mod. Um, I d- if we ignore the side chick, she will go away. No, I don't think that's true at all. But I do think that she should be on the show because I do feel like the show they rode her situation for seasons and
Was it
seasons
her
and seasons
situation
and
or was
made
it a married couple situation? Did we ride her
regardless
situation?
they wrote it and she didn't
No.
get paid. Everybody got a check but her.
Well,
So I do feel she should have been
that's
on the
a
show to
stupid
say her
business.
side. I agree
She
with
thought
that.
she was gonna get a check because she thought that she was with the brains of the organization. This is the thing. If I go and talk about how somebody did me dirty, if you wanted to be discussed right in my story, your behavior should have been right. But when I tell my story, I'm going to tell it how it happened. And if you were not right in the story, then that's the story I'm telling. Period.
I get it, but I think she deserved to be heard. I do think that for
Do
You're
you
sure.
not. You don't follow her
think?
online.
Do you? Let's talk
Mod,
about
what do you
Storm.
think? What
I.
you don't want to talk
Why
about?
do I keep freezing?
I don't know. Out of curiosity, Mod, you even Erica, you've seen some of her clips. How do you think she would present herself on TV? I'm
My
sure they
thing
thought
is
about it.
my
I'm
thing
sure
is the reason why I call her coleslaw is because they made comments referring to her as coleslaw and it went viral. Okay. So that what they have said and done has gotten that show more exposure and more money. And regardless of whether she put her eggs in the Martell basket or not, she deserved to be heard. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have any problems talking about her situation and
but it
her
wasn't her
child or
situation.
whatever. And I'm like, she should have been on the show to make
It
it
wasn't her
fair.
They
situation. If
did.
I
They did a phone call. They did a phone call with her.
no,
Remember?
Martell did a phone. Martell
Yes,
tried
that's
his
what I'm saying.
best.
Mattel did a phone call when she
This is
was.
my thing.
Mhm.
This is my thing.
Mm.
I'm sure they would have wanted to record with her. but she does not present well at all. She doesn't present well. She doesn't. Only in still pictures, gorgeous girl. But when she opens that mouth and the things that come out, she's a Neanderthal.
But be that as it may, to me, it's not
It's
fair
still
and
good
it's not
TV.
right because really, I didn't even watch the very first season. It's several seasons
And
where
they
their
still and
story
they
was
still
line carried the entire season.
Okay,
Okay,
but
so to the point where it's like the other people weren't really very interesting to keep
if
it
if
100. And
if
so
you're telling a
even
story about me being divorced, and you're following me being divorced, and you tap on the reason I'm divorced, I don't think that a check needs to be cut for somebody who played a part in that. She's getting paid what she deserves. She getting her pay. And
I
then
don't think so.
another thing is
I
the
think the network is
notoriety.
riding her ass and
The
she
notoriety.
deserves a cut the same way they do.
The no. I think
me
they
too.
probably tried to record with her and it was rubbish. I honestly do. She
No, I
doesn't
think
even
Melody. I
sing.
think Melody. You have to remember, Melody
No,
is part of this
I
production.
mean
I
there
think
are tons of
Melody.
people that Melody wouldn't have wanted on the show and they showed up anyway.
Well, but
I
this
think
is personal. This is personal. If
I
Melody say
think
no,
I think they tried and I think it was rubbish what they got.
you think
Because
so?
every time I see her open her mouth, it's disgusting to me. Not in what she is, how she's talking. Even the Tasha K thing, she made a fool of herself. She made a fool of herself. She
How?
has a YouTube channel. How? The
Mm-hmm.
thing she was saying, two-parent household. What's a two-parent household?
Mm.
It's when your separate parents have two houses and they hold the deeds separately. What's a two-parent household? She can't get it because she ain't got it.
Mm. Are you saying she's not smart?
I do have an issue with stupidity, but it's not for me to say that she's not smart. It is for me to say that she does have a YouTube channel and IG. She could have leveraged this for herself. For whatever reason, she was unable to do so. And Martell, for whatever reason, even though he made Melody, he was unable to leverage this to get a bag for her. So, I'm not mad at it. But if I tell my story and you're a jackass in it, then that's the.
But I don't you think that if they brought in Ariane, that the ratings would go a little bit. Like I think more people would tune in. I'm telling you.
Possibly.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
But
I
but
think
I
they
think that
should
would
have
be more
already done that. Honestly, I mean, hopefully, honestly, I'm over it to some extent. So I'm like, I don't want to keep hearing this story, but um
If she's not gonna be able to speak up on it, then
right, exactly.
let's
That's
stop
my
talking
thing. I'm
about this.
like, because to
Mm-hmm.
me, I think if they showed her on the show as
Mm-hmm.
well, then we would
Mm-hmm.
really get a clear flavor of,
Yeah,
okay, Martell, you clearly lied deeply, probably to both of these women the whole time.
and
It would probably
she's
make
still kind
Martell
of
look even worse than he does now, which he
and
already
she's
looks crazy.
but she's
and
trying she's
and
not going to do that. She's not going to clearly obviously do that. He probably don't want her on the show the way he say he want her on the show.
but just the other day, Melody was on fire on her IG, saying
Because
that she's
the
gonna
woman
pull up. I'm
because
gonna pull up.
she's the reason she was saying pull up was because you're running around telling people you're going to show them a tape of me giving my husband fellatio. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? She's lucky she dealing with Melody.
And Monique says that ship has sailed. Carlos, Mel, and Ariana have all said Mel has refused to film if she's brought on the show. It won't happen. So see,
And I
Melody,
want to
yeah.
know which one. Not for nothing. I do the same damn thing. Y'all can have her all you want, but I ain't finna do it. I ain't doing it. You can have her all you want her to come on to tell her side of the story. What's her side of the story? That she slept with my husband for years.
Mm-hmm. And has a
Okay,
baby now. Has a
and
son.
now she has a child, and now she's taking care of our kids.
Oof. That's a little bit too much for me. You know.
People play a lot. People want a lot for other people that they wouldn't have for themselves. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. She wouldn't be recording with me. If Martell wanted her on the show, he should marry her or date her or buy a house with her or rent an apartment with her or take her to the car dealership. Whatever it is that they do when they're together.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Kentucky Fried Chicken with the kids. Whatever it is they do when they together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to tape with her, but if you're gonna keep talking about coleslaw and quarterbacks, then
But
put them
not
on the
for
show.
nothing.
That's
Put
what
them
I
on the
mean.
show.
I have
Don't
nothing
talk
to
about
say.
all these side chicks and
That's
then don't
exactly
record
my
them.
point.
When's
That's
the
my
last
point.
time somebody referenced her?
You do, if you're gonna continue talking about Ariane, bring
When
her to the
when
show. Let her
when
speak on
is
it.
the last
And you know,
time she was referenced?
just the other day, she was live on IG.
That's on IG. That's on IG, and that was in response to the reality that she's running around offering to give somebody a video of Melody doing a personal act in a marriage. I would be talking about her too, and not for nothing. Melody wasn't talking about her; she was talking directly to her. Pull up. That's separate. When we talk about the show that y'all want her to be on, when was the last time they referenced her?
Oh, it's been a minute, but but we were talking about the time that the reference that she should have been there. She should have been
To say what?
invited, huh?
To say what? What's she saying? What's the value?
Or
I
bringing
mean,
her.
outside of we're interested in seeing the dynamic.
That's it. That's what I wanted to see.
If Martell wanted us to see the dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
he would be on her IG lives.
I mean, I think she deserved. I mean, you're right. This season, they haven't. This has been, this has been really the first season in a minute where they haven't been
The first
discussing him
exactly.
and his other child and his mama and all this other stuff, all this back and forth. I mean, it was actually ad nauseum. And I definitely felt during those seasons, for sure, she should have been there because it's like,
Say what?
okay, I didn't think it was fair. I mean, I don't think it's fair because it's not, you all are making all of these things, there are a lot of assumptions that were made. If, like, I don't follow her on IG, so I don't know really her side of the story unless I catch it on YouTube or somebody's reviewing it or it's a clip or whatever.
She's that bitch.
But I know how they've presented it on the show.
She's that bitch.
So
Her
Who
words. Ariane, her words. Cause I'm that bitch. Cause I'm
She
that
is.
bitch. No, she's not.
Listen, this we are not gonna agree. So we agree to disagree.
Yeah,
on
we're
this.
not. We're really
Let's
we're
not.
not going to agree, but also moving
Esquire.
along, what we can talk about, which is interesting, is because to me, it's not just. I just didn't think it was fair. I don't think what she did was right or whatever, but I think there should be two sides of it but let's transition this into the questions about Martell and Sheree, since we on Martell and who he's moving with, because that was so interesting. So I guess that fake relationship seems to be over.
It's over. It wasn't.
Not only is it over, do you see how on her show she's making him look like the best man on the planet, and on his show he's making her look like she dating multiple
She's
people.
a friend of mine and things of that nature.
No, she ain't even answering her phone. She's visiting a friend. What the implication that she out there dating multiple people? That's a little crazy with the way she holding you down on a bigger platform. That's nuts to me.
Well, in his confessional, he said they still hang out. They're still good friends. He
I
never
think she
said
just probably hasn't had time to watch these episodes because I'm sure she'll have something different to say on a reunion now that she see how he's talking.
right. But he never.
And
he
if
never
she
said-
doesn't say anything, Kenya will point it out to her. So it'll be fine. We'll be fine. But it was a fake relationship to begin with. It was an interesting little crossover, but okay, Carlos, I'm glad we wrapped it up. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop, but
mm.
I would have preferred for him to show up over there like chaotic. He show up.
What about Stormy? I want to hear about.
What's going on?
I was about to say, is she frozen or I'm frozen?
I was like, wait, what's happening? Uh, let's wait till she come back to
Okay,
talk
so
about
checking you boo says Ariane, Martel, and Mel were all wrong in very varying capacities. I agree. I can agree with that.
it. I was wrong today. I was walking my dog, and the dog trainer was like, "We got to pick a right or a left when we walk the dog." And I did both today. I was wrong today too.
Yeah.
So you be wrong all day. Everybody be wrong all day, every day. But this is the thing: if I start a show and my husband cheat on me with somebody, good luck trying to get on my show. Good luck. But you can't make your own show though,
Okay, so
Hi
she
guys,
says,
I'm
how do
sorry,
you
I'm
know it
back.
was a fake relationship? Evidence?
because
Oh,
he doesn't know her girlfriend is friend girl.
I
As a matter of fact, Ariane told us it was a fake relationship. Ariane let us know. And Ariane let us know that he licked her neck and her back and her booty and her crack. That's what Ariane let us know. The day he went talking about he was going to New York holding Sheree hand, Ariane was like, but he was down to my house last night licking my butt.
I'm not going to because I don't follow Ariane, so I didn't say that. To me, checking you boo gives fake. It gives for publicity, and it did from the beginning. So, but I like them. I think they're a gorgeous couple together. So I would have hoped it to be real. But and then even the way he was sort of when they showed them on the show was never. I mean, I don't know. There were so many different times where like she's in Huntsville, but then she's coming there in the morning. Like you're not even staying at his place. There were a lot of different things that happened
Yeah,
when
I
they
saw that.
showed them together that seemed like we cool, but this could work for us both.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to know the thing for me is the poor execution of the whole thing. Like, if we trying to make this work for us both, I'm gonna need you to tell Shorty to stop. Yeah, it's for entertainment purposes
Right.
only,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna
Although
need.
I will say I loved the way Sheree checked Tiffany though. I liked the way she really handled that when Tiffany was asking her all those crazy questions. What's
Mm-hmm.
it like to date a cheater? Da 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 da. I did like the way Sheree. You could tell Sheree was an OG and used to being in front of the camera,
Right.
used to knowing how to move when you're in the public eye. So
Used
I
to
thought the
dealing
way
with
she handled
Phaedra
that
and
was very
Nene.
respectful.
Be like, yo, I've dealt with Phaedra and Nene. I'm gonna need you to sit down. You're a toddler in comparison to some of the shade I've dealt with. So please go
No,
sit down.
checking you, Bill. When I say it's not because it's not substantial, the reason why I think it is fake is because it appeared to be for publicity and for the production. It didn't appear to be authentic when even when you show them together. A lot of times it just didn't give very it's not even the depth of it because there's some things like when we watch Ready to Love, you see some people and they seem to be making genuine connections that are new, they aren't substantial because they're new, but they seem to be real. And so to me, that's what was sort of missing with Sheree. And honestly, I feel like we'll talk about Atlanta on a different day. But there's certain there's certain people on Real Housewives to me that don't want to present their real relationships and present fake relationships. I think this was one that just got caught in a crossover because Martell wanted to kind of revamp his image a little bit on the show. So I
I
think that was
agree.
kind of the purpose behind it. But they look great together. They both are sexy. They both fly. They both look great for their age. I mean, you know, it was a great idea, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
executed as well.
But
Well,
nobody's gonna look good next to Mattel than Melody.
that's not true.
That
Sheree
couple.
and him look amazing.
Hmm, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I
But I
think they
just
look good together, but they don't look. There didn't seem to be a connection between them, a real connection.
what about Stormy, you guys? I want to talk to me about Stormy. Let's talk about Stormy
Well,
and
I want to talk about Stormy, but before we get to talking about Stormy, I want to know your perspective on how Marceau approached Stormy for that money.
it was wrong, absolutely wrong and unprofessional. And I like the way Stormy responded to that. I have an issue with Stormy trying to blame Tisha about the situation while it will be so clear Tisha was not for it. Tisha said that we are not doing that. What's $100? Don't do that. But he went ahead and
My
did it.
issue, my issue
I don't
with
know why people are coming for Tisha. What? Tisha
you
can
want to
never do
know the issue I have with Tisha is an issue I have with their union. I don't understand how you're running this thing. Tisha, one, you're asking her to do a favor, and she actually was the big ticket item for your expo. She's the one with the actual business that's like
Well, she would not
making
have been there
headlines.
if Melody said yes. So go ahead. But she would not
Correct,
have been there.
but you
And
needed
we don't
her,
care
or you
about how
needed
big it is. She would not have even been
you
there.
needed her, or you needed Melody. You got her.
Mm-hmm,
She's doing the speaking engagement for free.
mm-hmm.
If you needed $100 from her, and this is the funny part, if you needed $100 from her, um, you should have asked for it. But you want to know why they asked for that $100? Because if
Mm-hmm.
you tell me $100, I'm gonna leave my product right down to the street. I'm gonna show up at the time you tell me to do my conversation, and then I'm gonna blow out and go do what I have to do. They needed her, and they needed her booth to be down at that Black Expo. There's no reason he should. I want to understand why Tisha didn't tell Marceau that she arranged it in a way that the vendor fee was skipped, because he said that, like, oh, Tisha didn't tell me that she arranged for Stormy to not pay the vendor fee.
Regardless of all that, I still don't understand the energy that Stormy was, or but yeah, the energy that Stormy was had at the lunch with the
I think
girls.
the energy Stormy had at the lunch
It
is the
was
continuation
was
of the
uncalled for. Like it
I
wasn't
think it
for
was a
real.
what happens when what's supposed to happen when there's conflict and it's married people. I'm not going to deal with your husband. I don't want to deal with your husband. If
Yeah,
there's a thing, but this is where Tisha was wrong. She should have either told Marceau not to go over there, or she should have went over there herself. You do not send
you
a
don't.
man to deal
No,
with
here
a woman in that manner.
now, Mod, my issue with Tisha, which is what Stormy's issue is that your husband is gonna come at me crazy. You can't check your man, and you think you're gonna come at this luncheon and check me
She
for my
already
response?
did. She
No, no,
told
no, no.
him.
But you're
No,
not
she
gonna
didn't.
check me for responding to craziness. You come with me, you come at me crazy, you will get crazy back. And there's no reason for
She
you
never
to have
did.
anything to say to me about my response when you know your husband was dead wrong. All you need to say at this luncheon is, I'm sorry, I'm so embarrassed he acted that way. But I'm doing you all a favor, and I could be actually at work with my
That's
company.
true.
And
I agree with all that. All I'm saying
and
is
now
I
you're going to
do.
be at the luncheon telling me I should have responded a certain way.
And I was
Girl, get the F
unprofessional.
out of here.
But I was unprofessional, and I shouldn't have said anything because it was a business environment. You shouldn't have had this discussion with me while I'm setting up and I'm in the middle of a crisis. And then in the passive aggressive manner that he tried to come over with it, boy, if you don't get out my and she
Exactly, Monique King. That's my point. Tisha is mad. She can't check Marceau, so she thought she was going to check Stormy, and she was wrong. You can't check Stormy, boo, and you
but I don't
can't
even
check Marceau either.
mind you, they cut from the same damn cloth with the same type of mom that's going to
Mhm.
go and ride hard. They cut from the same cloth. So you know what? Let's make an outfit. Yo, when Stormy was like, get active, I was like, yo, that's a t-shirt right
Activate,
there.
get activate or
Get active.
something.
Get active. Oh, you would jump over this table, get active.
Stormy got the loudest applause. That's true. I noted that when she was coming to the stage. The only person who could afford to be at the event giving away products for free. Big. Oh, she gave the products for free?
That's what you do when you're in those kind of situations. You get a gift bag and you give people like maybe bigger size samples, because these are new customers that you're garnering. If they like the product, especially when it comes to Black women products for our skin and our hair, like everything ain't gonna hit when it comes to our hair. Even if it's a great product for you, it's not gonna be a great product for me. But if it's a great product for me, and I've been trying all of these products, oh, I'm coming back.
Exactly.
Mm.
Marceau
Mhm.
didn't know what he was
Mhm.
talking about.
Oh my
Martell was
God.
too nervous to have
Oh
any
my
words
God.
to say. Really, really, they needed Stormy. And Tiffany is right. They could have pulled her pregnant ass from the back
That
because
is
they
true.
did need
Tiffany
some
should
more
have given
speakers.
And
with
then
her
you
own
want to know
bad
what I
sugar.
find interesting? Another thing I didn't like about Tisha is how she tried to talk down and be condescending to Tiffany. Like, I don't know much about Tiffany,
Oh
but I
my
know that
gosh.
I do know that she does raise money funds for businesses. I know that. That's why she was down to the that's why how we met her. She was down to the what was it? The Better Business, not the Better Business Bureau, but she works with grants and things of that nature. She
Yeah,
works
she
with
cannot.
grants.
I mean, I love Tisha. I love Tisha. She cannot say that she doesn't know what Tiffany does
Or if you,
for now
the
they've
thing
been
is,
friends for.
a lot of times though, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Maybe she don't know, but you don't have to come off at the dinner acting like, because I don't know, I'm assuming you don't do nothing. I
Okay, but
don't, maybe she just didn't, I mean, if she didn't know, she didn't know. But the
Lewis
way
has
she
a whole
talked to
business as
her,
well,
the
though.
way she talked to her was crazy. And
Look,
it's like,
But
no, Tisha, you don't
but
talk to
I
people like
think
this.
I think I think Tisha was she was disappointed. I think she was coming there hoping that the girls are gonna say, "Oh my gosh, well done." There are some a little bit hiccups,
but it
and
wasn't
that's
well
what
done.
Tiffany said. Tiffany said, "I'm gonna congratulate her, but then I'm also gonna give her positive. Is that what it's called? Positive
Critique.
criticism."
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Stormy took over. Stormy was not listening to anybody. Stormy was just over. It's like she came ready, prepared, like boom, 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 boom.
I am ready prepared. You know why? Because my mama told me to be ready prepared, and I know your mama told you to be ready prepared. So let's see. Let's go. Get
Here's
active.
the thing though, I think Tisha is giving us what we've seen before. You can't say what you need to say to your husband. So now you out here in these streets talking reckless to everybody else. Nah, girl, go home and figure out how to talk to Marcel and get
Oh
yourself
my
together.
gosh, I
Because she didn't have to
disagree.
talk
Have
to
to
them
go
that
home.
way.
Oh my
You didn't even have to go home.
gosh.
You could have been like, Marcel, this ain't the time for it. We should have told her about that $100 yesterday, or we could tell
Marcel
her
is
about it
an
tomorrow.
adult. Marcel is an adult. There's no way teacher is gonna force that adult man to do anything that he doesn't want to do.
She can't, I mean,
Teacher
she
is just
can't
gonna say, you
force
know what?
him. Yeah,
But if
you're
he
absolutely right.
respects
She
her,
can't force him. There's to me, I feel like there's an imbalance at home. And because she's not heard at home, she goes 150 around everybody else. And it's like, nah, dude, I'm sorry but that your husband is crazy, but you're not going to talk to me as your friend reckless because you in a silly situation.
and we ain't even
So
friends like that yet. Like, I'm gonna show you who we are now. Don't have your husband come in my face. Period. And she told him, because again, you're supposed to redirect all masculine energy when you have a relationship. Redirect that to the man. She said, you don't want to deal with Courtney when it comes to this. You don't want to deal with
Yeah,
Courtney. Don't
and
play with me.
you can see Stormy talking to the husband, and the husband saying, "You know what? I am gonna go talk to Marceau about this." I feel like, yeah, Marceau could have handled this better. All right, but overall, you guys, do you think that Black EXO was a success?
No.
Good, your
um
expectations are too high. Jesus, what?
I mean, I don't know if it was. I don't think we saw enough to really say one way or the other. I mean, definitely the speakers we saw, had I paid to go in there, I'll be like, what are they talking about? And they can't answer any questions. But I'm assuming there were things we didn't see. So I'll give it to production and editing. But so it might have, I mean, it might have done fine. You know what I'm saying? It might have brought some vendors out. People got exposure. I mean, it
I'm
might
gonna
have been fine. I think Tisha is just, she thought, I think it wasn't as great as it was in her mind. It's like, girl, there were some hiccups. Like, stop acting like there weren't. So,
Yo, they
She
were
said that.
arguing. We could see the silhouette of them arguing with their microphones on.
I
right,
know,
which is
right?
probably why everybody applauded for Stormy, because now y'all look ghetto and embarrassing right now. Oh, they can see us 20 minutes into the argument. Okay, yeah, they can see you, dude. Like, and then Martell walks out looking crazy after everybody heard him say he didn't want to go up. Like,
He
it's,
was speaking like a little boy, going like this.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, Melody is there. Oh my god. I'm like, Mattel. But he never
I
said
mean,
anything. He
it
just
came
walked
off
around.
very ghetto, honestly. Really.
There's
He just
that.
walked around with his
But
mic
let's
asking
talk about
questions.
logistics. The logistics of the situation are such that you had too many vendors. If you have too many vendors, that means that some vendors, and this is for the community, right? The people who sell in the community, Black businesses. If my business is all the way in the back, it's a problem. It's a problem. They should have started with, like, we have 35 spaces. These are the requirements. These are the numbers. these are the specs for how big your vendor table could be, so that people could have a nice move and ebb and flow throughout the thing. But to be argued, the silhouettes arguing, Martell, like how Melody and Marcus and Melody must have been laughing their ass off in the car.
But
Like
Melody was very, she when the minute she got there, she said, "Oh my God, this is very nice." She had all good things to say about the place at the event.
she's gonna say good things because she ain't got the time to be the one not. She ain't got
No,
no shade for it.
Melody, if she's not impressed by anything, she's gonna talk about it.
Wait a minute, coming in the next season trailer, whatchamacallit, what Marcel gonna say? I'm not gonna pay. I wasn't finna pay nobody who sell t-shirts.
That trailer, man.
That trailer, is that what Melody is talking about?
No, Marceau is the one who's, I don't know. I don't know. I have no words for him.
Because I got confused when Melody was talking about, they were selling t-shirts or something. I'm like,
She was saying, I think she was defending the fact that she does sell t-shirts, but don't belittle what I do to just selling t-shirts. If I wasn't doing what I do, you couldn't do any of what you do because
no,
fed.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say, what I remember from the clip is Marceau was like, I ain't doing this, and this for people who sell t-shirts. And then Melody was like, boo, you sell t-shirts. That's how I took it. Like it was t-shirts at the event with black across them. So you selling t-shirts trying to dog other people who sell t-shirts, which to me,
they were referencing the
crazy.
And the fact that Melody was like, if you want me to be a speaker, you're going to have to pay me what other people pay me. Because what happens when you start taking a deduction in your rate is that other people who hear about the deduction want the same coupon that you gave to the Black Espa. They are enemies. How come the people who told you got a evil spirit, oh, you did that for free and you want me, your home girl? I'm your home girl. Like I ride for you. I send business your way. So when she be doing all these panels, even though the people are her business partner or her friends and colleagues, they gotta pay. They gotta cut that check. So you can't give
this trailer is something else. I mean, Kiki, Jesus, what's going on with Kiki?
I don't.
Kiki, do you love me?
I don't believe that was Kiki in the video. What I do believe is that I believe that the genes in that family are so crazy that it might have been one of their family members. I don't think it was Kiki in the video though. And
you don't think that it's Kiki who is they're saying there's a female you're looking for, this female who had a purse, no?
I think that it's possible that it was somebody else in their family from that other side of the tracks. Because their genetics they have very crazy genes. Like it's hard to really they are gorgeous women, but their genetics are very strong. I mean, I'm not gonna go into the whole IG and the YouTubing and what we know about it from there. I'm gonna watch what everybody watched, but Kiki herself says she can prove that it wasn't her, and she knows who sent them the video.
Oh,
I'm waiting for the episode.
I am also waiting for the as Kiki becomes disrespectful and pours water on Tisha. Come on.
Tisha needs somebody to pour water on her. Well, you know what Tisha should have done? She should have got active. Get active.
I know, activated. Yeah.
Get active.
So
activate, boo. Activate.
We don't know how she reacted though. So
now that's a t-shirt right there, Tisha. So do it.
I know that's a moment for you to shine. Don't let anybody just pour water on you and just sit down there or just walk away.
I don't think she'll probably try to walk away, but you want to know what I think? I think he's good for the show simply because she shows a true family dynamic. If you're going to show me anything about the Scotts, show me what's going on down to the Wanda and them. Show me that dynamic, because that's actually a real dynamic that we can relate to, where you be like, yo, I love my cousin, but I will punch her in her face. Period. On sight. That's something real.
Well, yeah, I do like Kiki on the show as well. And I think it's interesting that Melody is the person who's like innocent until proven guilty. So that's how it goes. Even your own family won't stand behind you.
Mhm. I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know, but it's gonna be good for sure. It looks good. It
Yeah,
really
Did
it's
looks
we
gonna
good.
be good. I'm kind of Marcel is like he is that
hold on for a
villain, man. He
second, you boo?
He loves it.
Am I a
He loves
violent
being the
person?
villain.
yeah.
I'm not a violent person, but I'm not a doormat either.
You
See,
cannot be a violent person, but some days you must
come
choose
on, man.
violence.
You
Yeah,
balance the string.
I have prayer hands that also make fists. Like the same hands that I pray with make fists. And I can
Oh,
scratch. I'll say this: I got hands. What we gonna do with them depends on what
oh,
you get
are
me
you
to do.
responding to checking you for? I did not see that coming. Goody. Are a violent person?
I hope Kiki is strong enough to withstand the evil antics of some of the cast members.
No, Kiki is not innocent either, so let's not act like Kiki is.
You,
Oh
but
my
you see,
gosh.
no adult. You know who's innocent? Children who don't know what they're doing. But once you get to a certain age, none of us are innocent. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I'll say with regard to the Kiki thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I do feel like when you're dealing with addiction, reality TV is probably not the
Not
place
the
for
thing.
you.
Yeah.
I will say
Exactly.
that for sure.
Don't.
So I hope
Yeah.
that
And
these
especially when
these
you're still struggling.
theatrics, yeah,
Sorry. Hmm.
like you know, maybe you did earlier, but like with Bell Collective, I do feel like when you're showing people who could be pushed over an edge of like addiction,
Hmm.
I hope that that doesn't happen to Kiki when we talk about strength, because that's the thing. It's like it's funny to be on here for hits and giggles and talk about this and that on the show, but going down the path of a drug addiction is really a dark path, and it's a lot
Hmm.
darker, I
and
would
to be making
say,
fun of it.
than some other things. So
That's the thing. To be making fun of it on a public platform is the problem that
Well, but
Kiki
then,
has had.
but then come here. Why show up in the first place? Is what
No, no,
Erica is
no.
saying.
Because I exist. I'm gonna show up because I exist.
You show
That's
up,
why.
but not on national television, not on TV.
I show up because I exist, and it's a dream that I had. So I'm gonna show up. But when she showed up, her initial issue was, you've been making fun of this real thing that happened to me. That was her real issue. You're not doing it, Tisha, but you are allowing your husband to do it. And it's a problem.
Oh
You
my
allowed your
gosh.
husband to
Tisha is
go
gonna
tell.
be blamed for everything. Tisha
You
will be
allowed
blamed for
your husband to tell
if
you.
somebody does it's
Let me
Tisha,
tell you
it's
something.
Tisha,
When it
it's
comes to
Tisha.
my family, my inner, my core, and the external, because the people who became my core because I married into the family, you ain't gonna talk about my mama. You ain't gonna talk about my cousin. Not the
But
cousin who helped me as much as she helped me.
no, no,
Yeah,
but the
some
two of
things
them,
have
the two of
happened.
them have been talking. The two of them have been talking about each other outside of.
Yes, I will
So
talk about her. Let me. I am one of 6 children, and let me tell you a secret. I could be fine. One time I was having an argument with my sister. Her
yeah.
sister-in-law said something, and me and my sister both stopped what we were doing, looked at her sister-in-law, and said, "Yo, you don't want none of this. Fall back.
Right. I hear
What
you.
I do with mine, you ain't gonna be able to do."
Mhm.
yeah, so I mean, I think Kiki brings a good dynamic to the show, and I would hope that she wasn't pushed to the edge. And certainly if you are shoplifting, I hope it wasn't because of drugs. Maybe it was just a good purse, I don't know, but I would hope that you're not pushed, like I wouldn't want to push anybody, back into an addiction. And I do feel like, you know reality
Something
TV can send people spiraling. So
something confused me about like, I don't know if Mel was making fun of Kiki also. We weren't there. We never saw any of that. We didn't see that because it was pre-production, pre them even getting on the show. It was them setting up to do the show. So we didn't see that.
Right. Right.
Now that said, something confused me about Kiki's storyline. When she was telling Tisha that
Mm.
she's just going on the methadone or methadone, I don't know how you say it.
Hmm.
She was that she was just starting it and she had only started it for a year. How long ago was her addiction?
Right.
Because none of Tisha's children are babies, right?
Hmm.
but Tisha was pregnant when they had the issue.
Right.
Tisha had just given birth.
Mm-hmm.
So how long ago was the
And remember,
addiction?
Tisha had just given birth,
Right,
and Kiki was stealing her medication for
right.
C-section.
So when you tell me um you're just starting this medication, this methadone for your addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and you only been on it for a year, the math is not mathing there.
Oh, so then do you think when she said I was in the hospital and Tisha was the last person to call me, do you think it's about any other illness, or you think this is all about, addiction?
I think it whatever it's about, it's a tricky, slippery slope. Like
Mm.
whatever it's about, because if you in the hospital and you in pain and you're an addict, they got to take different approaches
Oh my
to
gosh.
trying to
And
resolve the issue.
and also because I'm not sure that they're mutually exclusive, because she had an issue when Tisha was pregnant doesn't mean that she also wouldn't be on methadone for a year. I mean, every addict I don't know a lot of addicts, but the people that I know who are addicted, they certainly relapse. So
Right.
just
Right.
because she might have had some clean years, she might, I mean, that's always a thing. So even when you're watching, like I was just watching Bell Collective today, and like with
Yeah.
Marie's mother, it's the
Oh
same
my
thing. It's
gosh.
like
Did you?
you got
Yeah.
to accept the person for who they are and pray and hope and do what you can. But there's always going to be that one day when something can go wrong enough for them to slip back.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
think,
you're talking about Bell Collective. I'm looking at Marie talking to the mom. I'm like, you cannot even have a conversation with this woman. She's clear, even by looking at her, she's not in her right mind. So whatever she
She ain't
promises you
finna stop
today,
them drugs. She's
huh?
going to stop those drugs in enough time to heal up to walk to the as soon as she got the strength in her to go walk to get the that narcotic, that's what she finna do. And it's unfortunate. Um I just didn't, I don't know much about addiction. It's hard, Marie's mom is on drugs, like drugs. And Kiki was addicted to
Oh,
prescription,
to perhaps, okay, okay,
right?
yeah, but
So
they
yeah,
usually
yeah.
give,
I don't
I
know.
mean, methadone is pretty strong too, to be honest. So
Mm.
It,
Ugh,
it-
I don't even know all those things. I don't even know what that is.
and
Jesus.
when if Tisha is complaining about Kiki's um flakiness, I wonder what Kiki's children have to deal with and her husband.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? She's saying, I had to. Mm-mm. And that's what we are saying. I love TV and I love all this drama, but when it comes to this kind of a sensitive topics like this, I don't think we need to watch about this. It's good TV. I mean, I'll be tuning in, and maybe that's gonna be the highest.
I
Uh,
mean, it's good TV, but I mean, there are times, even like if you watch Real Housewives, there are times where you're watching the person. Um, like I used to watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you could see when you watch the show that Kimberly was unraveling.
mhm.
And then she, I mean, it was alcohol, but it was still an addiction, and you could see it. And so that's the part where it's like, it's painful sometimes because it's not scripted. Like we're not watching Breaking Bad or something where somebody is writing a script and these are actors. These are still real people. So that's the part that is challenging. And yeah, like every addiction is different. So we don't know how the show or the impact of being on the show could affect someone in
Yeah,
that
and
situation.
you just responded to checking you comment saying no two addicts are the same. So, you say
You
they're
want to
all
know?
different. Even
Sometimes
doctors.
reality TV gets really real. One of the realest moments I've ever seen on reality TV was Lil Kim locked up when she was driving to turn herself in, and she sat back and she was like, "Yo, I gotta get my life together." Yo, sometimes I sit back.
Who? Who?
Lil Kim, it was Lil Kim, and she was going to do time because she
No.
didn't do a crime. She just didn't give up the people who actually did the crime. She didn't snitch.
Okay.
And she was driving to the gym, she was sitting in the back of the van. She was like, "Yo, I gotta get my life together." And I was like, "Yo," that's not script. That's reality TV right there. And every now and again, I'll be sitting back in my own life, like, "Yo." Me and Lil
Oh
Kim got to
man.
get our lives together.
I know that's right. I got to get my life together. I agree. I totally
It's
agree.
just sad. I mean, it's just because you have to realize Kiki has very young children. Should be around the same age as I don't know, but I'm assuming should be the
Yeah.
same around age as Latisha. Um, we just hope we hope that this is all behind her. You know,
Yeah, I hope so too. I agree.
yeah. Oh, but
The
that
sad
trailer
thing about
that trailer
it is
scared me.
you're always in that. Once you're an addict, you're always an addict. Even if you are like, if you are clean for 50, 70 years, every day is you waking up and making the decision not to use again.
Mhm,
Every single day.
That's true.
mhm, mhm.
And did
Oh
we
man.
address everything? Like,
I was to
okay.
say, did we miss anything, Mod, from
We
No,
the
talked
episode?
I
about,
wrote my notes here. We talked about Kimmy and Rudisha. We talked about Tiffany, Tiff and Stormy, and the girls' lunch. We talked about. Did we talk about Stormy talking to the husband about husband saying that you're gonna have to have a surrogate because you're not gonna go through what we went through when
I
she was
think that
pregnant.
I think that's beautiful. And you want to know what I really thought was beautiful? I thought it
Mhm,
was beautiful the way his mother showed up for him. His mother was like, "Yo, you ain't got to tell me your business, but I can give you this advice."
mhm,
And it was amazing. Like, this show gives us good examples of motherhood and bad examples of, like, and when I say motherhood, I mean mentorship actually, because
yeah.
I don't care how old you are. Like my son's 26. I'm always going to be a mom, but I'm more of a
Mhm.
mentor now. Right? So
Right.
what she gave
Right.
him, she was like, "Yo, you need to go talk to your wife and tell her exactly even for you to sit down, cuz you're running away from the reason you don't want another child. You're not sitting down and dealing with it. And once you deal with it, you can ask yourself if surrogacy makes sense for you."
Mhm, mhm,
And what I also think is awesome is that our culture has a lot of women with like fibroids and issues that prevent successful pregnancies. So seeing
mhm,
people on TV, black people going through the surrogacy, and we've seen
mhm,
it a few times, I think that's good for the community and for
mhm.
people who desire to have children.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I liked that
because I think
part
it was
too.
dropped.
I thought it was really good when he was finally like, "This is why I really don't want you to do it," and this is why I feel this way and where it comes from, and for her to actually be in a place where she could receive it, and
Mhm.
you know, and if
And
he's willing to budge on the surrogacy thing, then great.
I don't think that I'm
Monique
not sure.
says maybe Monique is volunteering Tiffany to be their surrogate.
Yeah,
Oh
since
Lord,
2035.
another season of Tiffany acting crazy
Oh
because
my
she
god. I
pregnant.
feel
I
like
can't
she's
take
been
it.
I feel like she's been pregnant for so long. I'm like, Tiffany, when is she gonna give birth?
I
For
know,
real.
I know. I can't take another 20 months
And
of
she had
Tiffany being pregnant.
No,
But
but
that
I'm
is a
like,
good
oh
idea,
my
Monique.
gosh.
I don't know if Courtney and Stormy ever had the discussion because it was so traumatic for Courtney. Because he
Right.
was like, "Yo, they were dipping your blood out, like pouring your blood out," and she was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. She never
Right.
because she was unconscious. Hey Mimi. She was not there. Courtney is one witness all this.
Right.
Oh.
Like I remember when I had my son, like when they said that I was gonna have to have a cesarean,
Mhm.
my son's dad looked at my mom and was like, "Yeah, I'm not going in there." And my mom was like, "You ain't really have a chance at getting in there anyway, because I'm not going to let anybody cut my child, and I'm not in the room. So we'll see you when your child's here."
Mm. Listen, that's a lot. But yeah, that is I think, yeah, and then Stormy. I mean, Courtney decided, after Stormy told the husband about Marcel's situation, he said, I'm gonna go talk to him, and you can see in the trailer, uh, Marcel sitting down with Courtney, but I don't think Courtney is very soft spoken. Courtney does not like drama. He's not gonna do anything to Marcel. Marcel is not gonna, you know.
Um, I think that there are men who are soft spoken, and
Mm-hmm.
chill until you mess with their wife.
You think he's gonna bring any smoke?
I feel
I
like
don't think he has any smoke to bring to
once Marcel has the audacity to tell him I can't take you serious about me getting in women's
Syria.
business
Imagine.
when you
So
sell women
big
here,
sort of
Caroline.
shit.
Another component of that is, bro, if you've checked your businesses, you also sell women here, Caroline. You sell children's here, Caroline. And you're acting like a child right now.
Not even that. Like the money that they're making out of this. I mean, what are you talking about? Put some respect on Courtney and
But
Stormy's
Marcel
business,
don't want
Marcel.
nobody to tell him. Marcel
I
don't
mean,
want nobody to tell him not to get in women's face.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate Courtney going to Marcel about it, but I don't know, like Stormy, I feel like Stormy, you checked Marcel, you checked Tisha. Like, I don't know how long we got to keep talking about the same $100,
Yeah,
honestly.
the
I'm
thing for
kind of
me,
over it.
and this is just a rule that I have because I know it could go left
Yeah.
really quick
Yeah.
with masculine energy.
Yeah, me
I
too.
rarely ever put one man in a position where he has to go check another man. I
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think she really should have said anything. You checked him hard. And when Tisha had something to say to you, you also checked her hard. So
Yeah.
I think she should have just left it there. I didn't really feel like it needed to
That's a
be
good
pillow
point.
talk, honestly.
That's a good point.
but I do
That's
feel
a
like,
good because even when she talks, I felt like, oh my gosh, this dollar thing, this $100 is becoming too much. In her confession was $100, never $100, it never handed. I'm like, my gosh, stop
Right,
it,
because that's the
let
thing.
it
Like,
go,
really, once she told
let
Courtney,
it
now
go.
Courtney has to go say something to Marcel.
Then it's
Otherwise, he's
another,
not protecting his wife.
yeah,
So to me,
or she could have said, "Babe, I
uh-huh.
handled it. I handled it." But yo, this dude Marcel,
Yeah,
he
leave it at
stay
that.
talking to women. And the funny thing is, you cannot go to Tisha. To date, I have not seen a man go to Tisha and say anything about a lot of her shenanigans that
Because
she's doing.
Tisha does not disrespect. Tisha does not say nothing about. Don't do that. Tisha has
No, no.
not ever
Martel
crossed
could
that
have went to
line. So what
Tisha
does
and
it
been
even
like,
mean?
"Yo, what?" Martel could have went to Tisha and been like, "Yo, why you telling Melody about me in a BMW? What was that?" Martel could have done it.
No,
Martel could have
no.
done it. He did not.
I don't think so. But I'm saying, no, she has never disrespected anybody. So
I mean,
we
there are
cannot
people
say.
like Tiffany is reckless. I mean, there's people who certainly talk reckless.
Yeah,
So I think that's why they end up having a man in their face.
right.
But to me, the same way Tiffany went back to Lou and was like, they did this. So to me, it's like sometimes you do things that
I
are
really,
going to have repercussions. So, I mean, I get why Stormy shared it with her husband,
but
but
she should.
really, I'm like, okay, let's squash the $100. We don't really need to blow this out of.
What I do think could happen, what I think is a valuable discussion, is for
Yeah,
Marcel
me
to
too.
be like,
Like
for
if
court
Esme was
to say,
successful, it would have.
"Wait, what happened?"
I was
What
about to say,
happened?
go ahead. You were
I
I
don't
frozen
feel
for a
know.
like,
second.
I feel
I
like,
don't know what. Something keeps happening on this live. I don't know why
I
it keeps
feel
doing
like,
this. But
um,
anyway, go ahead.
a valuable discussion for Courtney to have is like, listen, do me a favor. Don't ever in your life, when you see my wife and you think you want to say something to her, here's my number. You call me. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Yeah.
discussion. It's not about the $100. The discussion is,
Yes.
do me a
Yeah.
favor. Do
Yeah.
not approach my wife. You do not know her life. You don't know her trauma. You don't know how she feel about men coming at her with a certain energy. If you have a issue that you feel needs to be addressed, please direct it to me. Now, what we are seeing here is a pattern of Marceau not respecting that, but wanting that respect.
Yeah, I mean, I
Listen,
don't think there's anything
first of
wrong
all,
with her sharing it with Courtney, but I do feel like it put Courtney in a position to now have more drama with Marceau. And to me, it's just more drama than I think the $100 is worth.
I don't
I'm
hear that.
like,
But I like the way
okay,
I like.
production, step in,
Oh my
stop it.
gosh!
And then there was something that was said, like, we know that
I,
they were talking, like, the way they probably came at her, like, yo, you taking up a lot of space to not be given $100. You
The
didn't
thing
say
Um,
is, Marceau talks to people reckless, and there's nobody so far on the show who can check Marceau. So that's the problem.
mhm,
you know
mhm.
who checked Marcel? Well, he
Melody.
didn't check him, but it was um when they brought their brother out the basement,
Oh,
and and both him and Maurice was trying to talk to dude. Dude was like, I don't care what y'all say. What I'm doing, I'm gonna continue to do.
yeah, that other Scott, the one who was with Melody's mom or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't care what y'all say.
he was the only one.
Mark.
Marcel was like, he's worse than me, and I was like, oh
He was like,
no,
y'all can
Mark.
say what y'all want. Y'all can ask me for
Mark.
what
Yeah,
y'all want to ask me for, and I don't care. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I ain't gonna stop.
yeah. Now Mark was definitely good TV. I ain't gonna lie, Mark was good.
He's like,
I
I
like
ain't
him.
finna
Me too.
stop.
I like him.
I ain't finna stop. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
You're right. Yeah, Mark was definitely given what do they call it? Big chicken energy.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him. He was, and then what was that about when Melody had a sit down with Marceau and Marceau is saying, "Please, I apologize. Don't cry. Don't cry." Melody like, "I'm not crying. Tisha will not be crying when she leaves your ass." I'm like, I who told you that
Um,
I
Letitia
don't
is
know. I
gonna be?
can't wait to see what that's about either because Melody did keep it 100.
what I will say about
There was
this,
no lies told.
She's not
what
going
I will
anywhere.
say this. Um, Marcel does run a risk of losing his wife. The
Hmm.
more that she comes into her own, and the more that he pushes back on her coming into her own, something's gonna give. There's gonna be a give.
Mm-mm.
Uh, I know you don't want to see it, but even from inception, when she's like, "Yo, I can't just be sitting up in this house. I don't want to do that." He's like, "Nah, you want to do it. That's what we agreed to." What, like, you can't. I believe Tisha's very smart, and she has promise. But the way he wants her to live her life will hold her back from the way she's intended to live it.
Also, I don't think Tisha, as the seasons continue, she can't take. He don't care what the blogs say. He's for it all day. He don't care that we call him an idiot and everything else. But she can't take it. She see too many things on Instagram that get her blood boiling, and people are, and I think that is going to fuel her to eventually have the strength to leave.
I don't see it happening. I pray that it doesn't happen. I feel like they are strong. They are a strong couple. What I feel like whatever they have gone through so far is way bigger, is way deeper than what anything else that they're gonna face. And if they survived the first 4 years of this show, is nothing. I don't think there's anything that they cannot overcome, the two of them. So I don't see it happening. I see them, growing old together. This is, and that's what I pray for. I mean, I don't see it. I don't
I
see
mean, I pray
Marcel.
that Marceau shows some growth, and then I think it can, and then I can
Yes,
Yes,
think it
he
could
has
work. But
actually.
if
Tisha
she
is actually
continues,
growing.
if she continues to grow, she's going to outgrow him point blank because she's almost to the point where she has already. So
He's
if he still has this sort of Neanderthal thinking, the way he moves with people, she's gonna outgrow that
She
sooner or
and
later.
she has
when
grown.
she has, like, when she told him, "Nah, you ain't gonna stay at the old house, and you came in under one roof." The only prop, and she's getting her voice. It's
Mhm.
funny. Kimmy's losing her voice. Tisha's getting her voice. Now, the problem here is Marceau and men of Marceau's ilk do not like that. They don't. Like, that's cute for TV, but if she's bringing it into their real life, nah, you gonna need to fall back, man. But you can't live this duplicity. You can't live in duplicity.
Mm.
Like,
Wait, Monique, who is gonna go to jail? Monique says, based on the word on the street, they better do their best to avoid jail time at this point. All the scheming and
because they
scamming.
stole, yeah, like, apparently they scammed a dude out of like $250,000.
Who did?
The Scolt.
Oh, you this happened like not just recently, right?
Yeah, well, they're talking about it recently because the man wants his money.
Mm. Anyway, um, I mean, I saw them having a good time on Tisha's live, and I don't know why Stormy was not there. So I don't know if they're still friends. I don't know.
Were
Ah,
they ever friends, or were they people who got together with an
pe-
agenda?
people who got together, after, especially after Melody was involved in the situation. Yes, yes, they were not friends. Yeah, for sure. All right, you guys. Any closing thoughts about this season? I mean, about this episode. And first of all, are we gonna still have another episode coming, or they're giving us a break?
I think we're getting a break.
Oh no, why would so that we can start DC? You think?
Hopefully.
I don't know, girl.
Oh my gosh, they better not give
Carlos
us
has
that.
been pretty quiet on the DC front, so I don't know what that means.
No, but they did a reunion. They did all those things.
Yeah, but look how long it's been. Like it's been a
I
really,
know. I
really
mean,
long time.
they don't.
Like
They
for
should
real.
not. I know. It's like another season is.
I know. I'm like,
Um,
I'm gonna need like a 3 episode recap. Like what happened? I don't even remember anymore. So yeah.
That's
But I
funny.
do miss them. Like I really like DC. So I hope they come back.
You did.
I like DC. I liked it.
I prefer Detroit to DC for sure.
I think that there are.
I like all three.
I think that the problem with trying to highlight marriage is that sometimes you catch unfavorable angles.
Oh, checking you, view love. Okay, okay. Yes, goody. I'm listening.
Like I do like DC, but I think even though Jamie and Arena are a good looking couple,
Mm-hmm.
Ashley and Silva, Ashley and Quit are my
Mm-hmm.
favorite.
Mm-hmm. Why?
They just seem more. We get a realer vibe off of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I cheated on you." Wait, what? Like, wait, what? You say that right now? Like, I thought you was leaving me. I didn't know you cheated on me before you left.
Anyway, I just hope we're not gonna get. We don't need such a long break when it comes to love and marriage, Huntsville. I mean, no, we don't. We don't need that. Anyways, I think this is it then.
Okay.
I think this is
All
it.
right. Good job, you guys. It was fun.
Erica, I loved your recap on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You should continue doing that. And whenever you
Oh,
do the 90 days, I
thank
would
you.
love to come by and support.
Okay, cool. So
So let me
I'm
know.
I'm behind.
Me too.
So but I'm
I'm
going
behind.
to get caught up and then we can do that. And then they just started another 90 days the
Nah, I
other
ain't messing with
way
y'all in
on
these.
Mondays.
Nah,
Don't.
leave me alone with the 90 days. And 90 days, 90 days, okay. 90 days and 90 days.
Okay, here's the thing. What I love
Oh my God,
is
it's so
90
ghetto.
days
It's so ghetto.
and Love After Lockup. Those are the same
Thank you,
crazy
Monique. Thank you,
people.
checking
You know
you,
what I'm saying?
boo.
Because you already know, yeah, you already know that the people, that are like locked up or the people that are trying to get their green card, you know why they there. But why are these Americans doing it? That's what drives you to see
Oh
the
my
show. Because sometimes I'm like, getting a green card ain't that deep. You do not need it that bad to live with this person. So that's why I love the show. I love it. Who's my favorite cast member from? Oh no, checking you, boo. You're gonna hate me. I love Nene. I love Portia. I love all the people that they don't want back. Phaedra, all those people,
Me
all the
too.
people that everybody
Me
hates. I
too.
love. I would love to see Phaedra and Apollo back on the show. I think it would be so much more interesting.
Have you
But like I
I
think
would love to see
everybody
Nene back.
has
did you catch the show with Apollo and his
I
wife?
would I would
Yeah. Oh no, the
no,
therapy.
what's that? Is that marital boot camp or something?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch
Or
that one.
something. Yeah, it's like boot camp or therapy or something. I
Yeah,
have not watched that.
me too.
Apollo's a piece of
Because
work.
I'm a Phaedra fan, so I probably wouldn't watch it. But yeah.
Apollo's a piece of work. Like Phaedra had to be a
Yeah,
strong.
I knew you would hate it checking you, boo. I'm like, I like everybody. I like all the villains.
Yo, please go subscribe to Eric.
I mean, I'd be happy if they bring if they bring Peter scamming behind back. They could even bring Peter back as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my god.
Talking about scammers, bring Peter back before he go to jail.
Oh man. I don't like Kenya. I'm checking you, boo. No, I don't. Kenya does not bless my soul.
Okay, checking you, boo. Okay. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, if you check out my review, Kenya is another person who I believe, without evidence, has fake relationships. So we don't even have to talk about it. I'm just going to let you know right now. I feel like Kenya be hiring people to act as her boyfriends on the show,
100%.
including her husband. So I'm going to leave it there.
100%. That's why you see Sheree saying, is it Sheree or is it
This is my thing. Sheree can't say anything, yo.
is it Sheree or is it the girl, the fashion girl?
Marlo?
Yeah. I think she's the one who talked about, that. But you go subscribe to exactly Erica. Checking you make sure to be there. I mean, and goody. Of course. Goody, what are you working on?
Oh, yes, checking you, boo. I like it when you bring it hard, girl. So come on down. Come on down.
Yeah, checking you, boo.
It makes it more fun for sure.
Yes.
Checking you, boo is always a good time.
And one thing I will say though, you guys, like real talk, Kenya has fans like Melody does. Like you say something wrong about Kenya, even like when I was reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta like years ago on AfterBuzz, those fans, if you said one thing about her twirl the wrong way, those fans will come and stalk you on every platform. So I will say Kenya has her own true Navy, Beehive, whatever army, whatever you want to call it. Kenya does have it. So a lot of people support Kenya for sure.
Hives, I guess. Gone with the wind or something.
Yes.
So yes, I'm doing Bachelorette. I'm doing Bachelorette on Tuesday. It comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing it on Tuesday. Tomorrow night I'm gonna do Love and Marriage Detroit. It's gonna be fun. So if you have a second, you guys can stop by and please invite me to your platform. And by the way, you know what we can do next time? If you guys come, we're gonna do a live like this, but from your YouTube channels.
Oh, right. I have to see how to do that. Because Kamisha did that where she was streaming on her channel and Simone's channel at the same time, right?
We should do that. We'll do that next time. I think all I need is a password, I think. Because I remember I did that one time with I don't remember who I did it with. Lee with the T when she had a YouTube channel.
But yeah, let's definitely do it. It'll be fun because I've been doing more like whatever recorded videos, but I'm gonna start doing more lives again
so then
too.
When you do this, it's a live on your platform. Even when I went to the girl from Ready to Love Miami, what's her name? The lawyer girl. What's her name?
Oh yeah, Simone. Mm-hmm.
Not Simone, the other girl from Miami.
Simone, right?
No, the activist.
Oh, Miami.
Suan.
Yes, I streamed on
right.
Platform. Yeah. Yes,
cool,
we love you here. We love you here, and yep.
Yes, so, we do. Mod's audience is always like they go hard. They have some strong opinions over here, boy. Woo!
I know.
They don't play. They don't care who you from.
Checking you, boo's name is exactly what she gonna be like. Nah.
You. Yeah, she'd be like,
Nah, let me check you real quick.
No, we're not doing that. Not today. I love it. I love it.
I do too. It was so much fun. So it was good. It made it interesting.
We're gonna end the live. I hope everybody enjoys. Have a blessed week ahead, and you guys will see you tomorrow around the same time for Love and Marriage Detroit.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
I'll catch up with
good.
You guys.
Bye, you guys.
Did you hear me?
No.
I said I'll check up with you guys on our group chat so that we can figure out how we're gonna stream that. Because it's possible. Like we can stream 3 platforms. Yeah. All right.
Mom,
Good
let
night,
me go.
everybody. Thank you guys.
All right.
Bye. Love you, Mom.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Goody Gabar. And exactly, Erica, please go ahead and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Thank you, guys, on the chat. Thank you for making it. Mother from, will you put your panel's links? Oh, I don't know how to do that. What I'm checking if I don't know how to do that. But you know what you can do? You can go to exactly Erica. Like you can search on YouTube and you're gonna find her and boom, you subscribe. The same thing with Good Gabar. Goody Gabar. Goody is Goodi. Gabar is Gabor. If you search on YouTube searching, yeah, I think they disappeared already. They disappeared already. Oh, but we can do that tomorrow. If you don't find them, we'll put out the info tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I can even ask them and I put it in the description on this, on this live. But if you search for them on YouTube, I think you can easily find them. Appreciate you guys. You have a blessed week ahead. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Love and Marriage Detroit. Love you all. Thank you for support. Bye, everybody. It is your girl, Mother from Mama, the undisputed African Queen. Thanks for watching. Good night.